If you are getting ready to cut an envelope with your Cricut, you're going to love these tips on this quick video. So I have two files over on the website. We have this one that is free. So this is a regular envelope size shape that you could resize. And then we also have a square one. I didn't have one handy, but that one I will show you in just a second here in Design Space. And then we also have a bunch of fun cards. So we have baby cards. These are just two that I have on my desk. This is one of our popular ones. This is actually a little diaper that you can put some fun sayings on the inside. So you can find those over on the website. But to talk quick about envelopes, I'll show you how to resize it and then how to cut it so that you make sure you get your score lines in there the right way, the fold lines. So embossing, debossing, it might be referred to, or scoring, fold lines, whatever. I will also show you how to resize the envelope so that you can get the most out of your paper and not have to recut something. The other thing I wanted to mention is paper weight. So I had already recorded the second half of this video and I forgot to mention that. So you want to make sure that if you're mailing this, you have a paper weight that is going to be a little bit sturdy. So you don't want anything super, super thin because it's going to tear when it goes to the post office, that kind of thing. But you also don't want it too thick because it is not as flexible for the machines. So this one is a really heavy cardstock. Like I said, it's got that little sheen to it. It's a really cute paper, but this one I would probably use only if I was hand delivering. And then also when you are mailing, as I record this video, if you're mailing things that are perfectly square, sometimes they do charge you extra for that. So although they're cute, sometimes they can cost you a little bit more. But let's jump into the Design Space. I want to show you some tips on cutting these files, and I would love to see what you guys create. So don't forget to join our Facebook group. I will put the link below this video, and let's dive in. I had a couple questions on resizing and just some questions about the envelopes. So I wanted to go through a couple quick things just to make your life easier when you jump into Design Space, or if you're using a different cutting machine. I'm sure you can translate what I'm saying so that you can understand how to tweak my file if you need to. So I have uploaded our square envelope. And the first thing I wanted to say, some people have asked me about how to resize it. So I'm going to just pull in a little square shape here. And let me close that window. So let's pretend that your card that you're sending is just like this 2 by 2 inch. So I go ahead and create a shape that will fit that. Just really simply size it up, and there you go. So super easy way to resize your card or resize your envelope to fit your card. If you have a gift card, you would probably want to use the other envelope that we have and then do the same thing. Measure your gift card and then just make sure you leave a little bit of space around there to fit it in. Now, if your card has a lot of layers, if it's really thick, if it's got all this creativity layered one on top of the other, that's awesome. But then you're just going to want to make sure that you do have for sure a little extra space, because you're going to need, for the folds to come over, you're going to need a little extra give there. All right, so now on this one, you can see this is a separate shape and then this is a separate shape. So the gray outline here, let me move this box over. So this gray outline here is our cut lines, and then this is where we would want it to fold. So in order to tweak that, if you come up here, now you could do score, or if you have, so it could be scored with just a stylus or the rotary blade. And that's how you go ahead and make those. Now, if you don't have either of those tools, this one is really, let me zoom in. You can see that it is a scoring because it changed those lines to dotted lines, but you can see that this one is really easy to just go ahead and manually score. Some craft projects, they're a little bit more intense. You really can't, you don't have a corner point on where you're supposed to go from line to line to make those embossings. But this one is super simple, as you can see, and it would be easy to do. Now, what is the difference between the rotary blade or the stylus? It's really just a preference. I have found that really either of them work really well. I tend to just go to the stylus for some reason. I think maybe I'm an old school and I don't like change, so I just do what works. But at the end of the day, I think either of them will do the job that you need to do. So now when you go to cut, you just want to make sure that you get rid of this. I'm just going to hit my delete key, And again, you want to draw a shape to resize it, and then come over to your layers panel and find the score or the embossing and the fold lines. Click on those. You will come up to your operations panel, click on score, and then you can go ahead and send that to cut. And then the other thing, I guess one more thing, when you have them together like this and then you hit the make it, see it put it on 2 different mats because we had to kind of unconnect them. So we want to attach them and then hit the make it button. And now it's putting our score and then our cut line for the envelope itself, both on the same mat. So I hope that you found that helpful. And I would love if you guys would follow. We have other tips. You can see I kind of have a mess behind me. I'm working on some fun Christmas things. And I hope to see you guys on my next video. We have some fun holiday decor coming.